Alright, so my countdown to Jigsaw continues, and we're on to the fourth installment in the Saw franchise. So, with that all being said, I'm going to mention some spoilers in this review. So, if you have not seen the movie, I assume you have seen this movie. But in case you didn't, I'm going to mention spoilers. So, that is your warning. Now, I gotta say, like, when I saw that this movie is gonna be released back in, back 10 years ago, um, I was happy because from the way Saw 3 ended, where I'm like, I want to know if gets to his daughter. I want to know if he, saves her. But at the same time, I started to have some concerns about the movie. Um, Jigsaw is dead now, so how is the franchise going to continue on without him? You know? So, when I saw this movie, it honestly turned out to be, it turned out to be much better than I thought it would be. And it actually had something to contribute. I'm like, okay, so it has something, it still has something going for itself, and this time, the supporting character from from Saw 2, Rick, who was there with Eric Matthews and Carrie. Um, so now basically he's front row and center, and he's being tested, and and um yeah, and I don't really think he has really that much of a good reason to be tested for but but yeah, he is given an opportunity to go and basically save Eric Matthews, but not in the way that you would expect, but not in the way that he was that he would that not in the way that he would have done it, but um, but all he had to do is not try to go in there and charge his way in there and save him. Just be there and just let them say, he had to let Eric basically save himself. And Detective Hoffman and Art, they have like the 90 minutes. And also, and another good thing about this movie is how we get to really experience John Kramer before he became Jigsaw. We never really got that before. So here we really get that, where we get to experience John Kramer through Jill's eyes, like when his wife or ex-wife, we saw a glimpse of her in the third movie, like when Jigsaw was starting to die, and then you saw that he had like maybe a flashback with her. But yeah, we do, she is brought into this movie, and so we see how John devolves into Jigsaw, and it's pretty deep. You think that we've seen that in Saw 2, but no, that's just a little piece of that, of that devolvement. So yeah, like it's pretty dark. Like okay, like he built a clinic. He was trying to help people, and then now that he takes a much darker turn in that, like he does it in a much more fucked up, twisted way now, to where he, at least through his, and like in his perspective, he's like putting them through rehabilitation, and yeah, as dark as that is, his intentions are kind of noble in some way. Like, it may be up for debate that he seems like a perfectionist, but yeah, like as this movie's going on, I'm like, are we not gonna see Jeff save his daughter? Like, what is going on here? But as it gets closer towards the end of the movie, you're like, wait a minute, what's going on here? So we're getting the, okay, what? So basically, we find out that whilst this movie is happening, like it's like this movie and Saw 3 are happening at the same time, This doesn't happen. This movie doesn't happen basically after Saw 3. It happens during Saw 3, and you see that towards the end, like where Agent Strom is in the building as well, and then he gets to where Jeff is at his final test, and then that's where he walks in, and then he sees him, and everybody in there is dead. You know, like his wife is dead, Amanda's dead, Jigsaw is dead, and he's the only one standing in there. And his Strom comes in and basically kills him. I'm like, what the fuck? What? And and then where Rick gets to his final test, and he just could not wait. He had to go charging in there before the timer went off. Opened the door, and then it killed Eric Matthews in a very pretty cool way, I should admit, where these 2 blocks of ice come down and boom, right into his head. I'm like, wow. I mean, I was like, holy fuck. But I mean, now that I'm rewatching it, he is the new. He was a new kid on the block after all. You get it? Blocks of ice. I know that was a corny joke, but I couldn't resist. I just couldn't help myself. But anyway, Rick basically got Eric Matthews killed, and he failed his final test. And then we find out that Detective Hoffman is he also helped Jigsaw along with Amanda, while Strom is thinking, Amanda, couldn't have been the only one helping him. And that's where we find out, like, that's where he has that, he's certain that someone else is helping him, and then we find out that it's Hoffman at the end. And that's how the movie ends. And then with the I love the autopsy scene in the beginning, where you're thinking like, okay, so that autopsy scene actually happens at the end, but that's the first scene that we see is Jigsaw's body, like in the autopsy room. So, and that's where Jigsaw tells him that the game is just beginning, and you're not gonna walk away untested. So yeah, so he'll be carrying on Jigsaw's legacy since Amanda's dead and Jigsaw's dead. So yeah, this movie turned out to be a bit better than I thought it was gonna be, even though it could have been a little better than it had. But hey, I'm still satisfied with how it turned out, and Rick's hero complex got the better of him, and I don't know, but yeah, with this all being said, this gets 3.5 chair spins out of 5. So here we go. 1, 2, 3.5 chair spins. So if you guys enjoyed my review on this movie, make sure you thumb up the video and click subscribe. If you're a newbie to the channel, thank you for watching, and I will see you guys in my review for Saw 5 as we count down to Jigsaw. So until then, peace out, y'all.